There's a moment in history when hope feels unstoppable, and then, in a single night, it disappears. Not because people stopped believing, but because power decided belief was dangerous. This isn't a story about one country. It's about a pattern that repeats whenever authority fears losing control. Tonight, we're stepping into moments when governments made decisions that changed lives forever. Not rumors, not conspiracy theories, real events, real consequences, and real people who paid the price. It begins in the heart of Beijing, in Tiananmen Square. Spring, 1989. Thousands of students gather after the death of reformist leader Hu Yaobang. But this wasn't just mourning. It was frustration. Young people believed corruption was growing. They wanted transparency. They wanted dialogue. At first, the protests were peaceful. Students sang, held banners. Even hunger strikes began. The square became symbolic, a space where citizens believed their voices mattered. But inside government buildings, leaders saw something different. They saw instability. They saw a threat. By late May, martial law was declared. Troops moved toward Beijing. Residents blocked roads. Some stood in front of tanks. On the night of June 3rd, the situation escalated. Gunfire echoed in parts of the city. Armored vehicles advanced. By morning, the square was cleared. The world later called it the Tiananmen Square protests and massacre. Estimates of casualties vary widely. Inside China, discussion remains heavily restricted. Outside China, it became a symbol of crushed hope. But here's the deeper question. What makes a government decide that fear is safer than freedom? Fast forward to the Iraq War. The United States positions itself as bringing democracy. But inside Abu Ghraib Prison, something else was happening. Detainees reported humiliation, psychological abuse, mistreatment. In 2004, the images spread globally within hours. For many, it shattered the moral high ground America claimed. Several soldiers were court-martialed. But critics argued systemic issues went deeper. Here's what made it powerful. It wasn't just about physical abuse. It was about hypocrisy. When a nation promises freedom and fails to uphold human dignity, the damage is larger than policy. It becomes moral. Now we go further back. Late 19th century, the Congo wasn't just colonized. It was privately controlled by Leopold II. Rubber demand exploded globally. Production quotas were brutal. Villages that failed to meet targets faced extreme punishment. Historians estimate millions died during this period. What's haunting is this. Europe knew. Reports surfaced. But economic interests delayed action. Eventually, Belgium annexed the territory. But damage had already been done. Instability, corruption, and violence later fueled conflicts like the Second Congo War. Colonial decisions echo for generations. During World War II, Unit 731 conducted biological warfare experiments. Civilians were used in research programs. After the war, some personnel reportedly received immunity in exchange for data. Justice became political. When geopolitics enters the courtroom, truth often becomes negotiable. Under Adolf Hitler, Nazi Germany carried out genocide on an industrial scale. After the war, the Nuremberg trials established that leaders could be held accountable internationally. It changed global law forever, but it couldn't undo the loss. In August 1945, atomic bombs struck Hiroshima and Nagasaki. The war ended. A new fear began. Humanity entered the nuclear age.